video, I am going to be telling you 5 relatable story times, school edition. And while in the background, I'm doing some random digital art. So, the first relatable thing. Basically, this didn't happen to me, but this may or may not have happened to my friends. So, basically, in our school, if you forget something, you will get a warning. When you get 3 warnings, you get a yellow card, and then when you get 6 yellow cards, you get detention after school, or you need to like have detention on the weekend. And basically, my friend forgot her book, and she literally forgot it in her locker, and the teacher didn't let her get it. Even though we were in the same base class, so it wouldn't have even interrupted 2 minutes of the lesson for her to get the book out of the locker. And the teacher was like, well, you can't do the comprehension without the book. And when she was telling me the story, I was like, well, you basically, it's not fair because you could have got it from the locker and you forgot. Like, these teachers act like they never forget something in their whole lives. So basically, the teacher's like, get your diary out. And basically, the teacher just writes down the warning, and then you need, for the next lesson, you need it to be signed by your guardian or your parent. And basically, there after my friend got the warning, there's this other girl, and she's crying, and she's like, "Sir, I forgot my book in my locker. Can I go get it real quick? I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again." And then, of course, the lame teacher is believing her when in reality she's literally fake crying. And yeah. And the teacher is like, "Oh, don't worry, but you can't get it out of the locker because you're going to interrupt class. But I'll let it slide this time." Like, it's literally favoritism. So this girl, which acted like she forgot it in her locker and started fake crying, pretending that tears were coming out of her eyes, when in reality it's probably hand sanitizer, which she randomly put at her eyes when the teacher wasn't looking. I don't know, but I mean, it could be definitely an option. So basically, she didn't get a warning. My friend got a warning, and she was innocent about it. So that's definitely not cool, but that is the first story time. This is the second story time. I guess technically relatables and story times. So, when your teacher ships you with a boy, if you are a girl, if you are a boy, your teacher ships you with a girl. I know this is so weird, but this is a story time. So, I actually made a short. Does anyone relate to this? I was like explaining like how people tease you when you make a friend with the opposite gender of you. And basically, um this boy sits next to me in my art class, and sometimes he says that art stresses him, and sometimes for him to kind of do a good drawing, if that makes sense, he just wants to talk. And since I'm the one that's next to him, he always just wants to talk and stuff. And I respond to him back because that is a conversation. And then the art teacher comes up and she's like, "You are always looking at him." Like, what in the world? And then she starts laughing. And I'm like, she better not think what I think she's thinking. And then the teacher is like, "Stop talking, okay? You are disrupting the others' class and stuff." So basically he stops for a few minutes, and then he starts again because he starts getting stressed out again. And he just starts talking about the most random things, but whatever. And then the teacher's like, "Oh my god, you're literally always talking to her, staring at her." And I look at her like, "What in the world are you trying to say then?" okay? And like the way how you look into her eyes, it literally looks like she's shipping us. She says it every single time, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is so annoying. So that is the second story time. The third one is literally relatable for everyone. The teacher who doesn't let you go to the toilet. I do have a few teachers, and they are kind enough, which understand us girls and boys that we need to go use the bathroom. But there are some teachers which cannot understand it, and I swear they are so annoying. So if, for example, I am putting up my hands very, very um politely, I am ready from my work, and I'm like, Miss, can I go to the toilet? Or to be more fancy, may I be excused? And basically, you're waiting for a yes because you are probably going to pee in your pants. And the history teacher is like, you're going to interrupt other people. You had recess, you should have went at lunchtime. But seriously, at lunchtime, I didn't need to go. I only have a 15-minute lunch break. So if you think that I'm going to waste 10 minutes of my lunch break to go to the bathroom, sit on the toilet, and wait for me to use the bathroom when I don't even need to use the bathroom, I mean, that is just ridiculous. When in lunchtime, I am eating and drinking, and the food is being digested, and later on I'll need to use the toilet. Okay, imagine a science teacher doesn't let you go to the bathroom when he or she literally understands in this type of stuff, because technically it's part of the PSCD and science culture. Even though my science teacher does let everyone go to the bathroom at any period of the class, there are so many teachers out there who don't know that it's so important to go use the restroom. So that is basically the third story time. And the fourth relatable or story time is the teacher that gives us a bunch of homework. So basically, don't get me wrong. The teachers give us homework because we needed to improve our grades and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, it's good because we all need a teacher which cares about us, wants to teach us things. And I know, even though we may not enjoy doing homework, we need to do it because it's for our own good. But the fact when the teacher gives you too much, I feel like they're just forgetting something. So this hasn't happened to me with this particular teacher. I'm literally giving out an example, but it has definitely happened to me before. So let's bring an example that my music teacher is giving me like 5 pages of homework, a worksheet, and 5 pages to read, and etc. And basically, I'm going to spend about 2 hours or so doing that. I'm not saying that 2 hours is a lot, but I expect that in 2 hours I do all of the homework of my entire day. So if on Tuesday I have 6 subjects, 6 homeworks that I need to do, I expect in about 2 hours I get it done. I don't expect that I spend 2 hours on one homework. Like, these teachers think that we only have their class. We have other subjects that we need to worry about, not just only the subject that you're teaching. Okay? They just think that the only subject that we are learning is the subject that we teach. They just forget that we have other subjects and other homeworks that we need to do and study. We can't always focus on music, but we have maths and English and art and home economics and geography, whatever subject. But that is basically really relatable to me and my friends. I don't know if this happens to any of you guys, but it is so annoying, basically, for me and my friends, because this has happened to them so many times at this point. And the fifth relatable is, drumrolls please, the teacher who doesn't explain. Now, thank God I have not found a teacher yet that does not want to explain, but basically, some of my friends actually went through this. So basically, I'm just going to give an example of a random subject, let's say maths. And basically, when the teacher was explaining the homework, my friends didn't really understand it. And at that time, sometimes you're kind of shy to ask the teacher. And considering it's only a 40-minute lesson, the teacher is like, okay, 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 you just need to pay attention to the lesson. I do not want you guys to not understand these stupid things because these are very easy, and I'm sure that there are not any difficulties. Like, first of all, why would you assume that there were no difficulties? Maybe it was easy, but maybe I wasn't able to understand it. And basically, my friends here were in that position. So after the teacher was explaining homework and everything, we are not allowed to ask the teachers, oh, I didn't understand exercise 3 while they're explaining homework. And we're only able to ask them before the bell rings. Because then, of course, we have another lesson that we do need to get to. And then, when the teacher finishes explaining the homework, we write it on our diary. Exactly when my friends were going to ask the teacher, basically the bell rang. And the next day, they didn't even do their homework because they didn't understand a thing. And after class, they told the teacher that they didn't understand it, and the teacher told them, you should have asked me at that time. So it's like really annoying because you don't know if you're either going to ask your teacher at that time or after class or during you're going to interrupt their explanation. So it's so confusing when you're actually going to ask your teacher the things that you did not understand while they're explaining the work. So basically, those are the five relatable story times slash relatables, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And basically, I want to do more of these videos if you guys are interested. And in the comment section down below, be sure to tell me which one of these relatables is the most relatable for you. And if you do that, you will get a shout out in my next video. Bye cards, and have an amazing day or night, and thank you so much for watching.